Have you ever wondered why you check your phone before you even open your eyes? You didn't choose that. Not really. Something else did. Every morning, your brain runs a program it never asked permission to install. A reach, a swipe, a tiny hit of relief, and you call it a habit. But what if it isn't a habit at all? What if it's a system built by people who studied your mind more carefully than you ever have? This is the strange part. In the 1930s, a psychologist named B.F. Skinner put pigeons in a box. Some pigeons got food every time they pecked a lever. Boring, predictable. They pecked occasionally. But other pigeons got food at random. Sometimes nothing. Sometimes a reward. Those pigeons pecked obsessively. They couldn't stop. Skinner called it variable reinforcement. Decades later, that same principle sits inside your pocket, disguised as a notification. Your phone doesn't reward you every time. That's the trick. Sometimes there's a message, sometimes there's nothing. Your brain doesn't know which it will be, so it keeps checking, not because you're weak, because you're human, and humans are exquisitely wired to chase uncertainty. Here's where it gets darker. Neuroscientist Wolfram Schultz found something unsettling about dopamine. It doesn't spike when you get a reward. It spikes right before, in the space of not knowing. The anticipation is the drug. The apps you scroll, the deals that expire in 10 minutes, the only 2 left in stock banners, they're not selling you a product. They're selling you that gap, that flicker of maybe, and it doesn't stop at your phone. Psychologist Robert Cialdini spent years studying how people get talked into things they never intended to do. He found 6 quiet levers: reciprocity, commitment, social proof, authority, liking, and scarcity. You felt every one of them this week and never noticed. The free sample that made you feel obligated to buy, the countdown timer that made you decide faster than you wanted to, the 5-star reviews that made a stranger's opinion feel like your own judgment. None of it was random. It was engineered, tested, and refined until it worked on almost everyone, including you. So why does this matter for something as small as your morning coffee order, your late-night scrolling, your urge to check email on a Sunday? Because your daily life is not a neutral space. It's a battlefield of tiny decisions. And most of the terrain was designed by someone else. The red notification dot isn't red by accident. Red demands attention faster than any other color the human eye processes. The streak on your habit app isn't there to help you. It's there because losing a streak triggers loss aversion. A bias so powerful that people will work harder to avoid losing something than to gain something new. Your ancestors needed that instinct to survive scarcity. Now it just keeps you opening an app at 11:58 p.m. so you don't break the chain. None of this makes you foolish. It makes you exactly as human as the 7 billion other people walking around with the same wiring. The people who built these systems didn't invent your psychology. They just read the manual you never got to read yourself. And that's the twist nobody tells you. The moment you understand the mechanism starts losing its grip. Awareness doesn't remove the wiring, but it interrupts the automatic pilot. You start noticing the gap before the scroll. You start seeing the countdown timer for what it is. You start asking, quietly, who benefits from me feeling the surge right now? So here's the real question. Not why do you have these habits, but whose habits have you been living inside of this entire time? You checked your phone before you opened your eyes this morning. Tomorrow, you get to choose whether that's still true. If this shook something loose in you, don't let it fade in the next 5 minutes. Share this with the one person you know who's glued to their phone the same way you are. Comment the habit you just realized wasn't fully yours. follow this channel because next time we're going deeper into the 6 psychological levers used on you daily, one by one, and how to flip every single one back in your favor. Your mind was engineered without your consent. It's time you read the manual too.